Over the years, I used MIDI keyboards in all sizes, from this tiny 25 all the way up to an 88 key. Let's do this. I'm just kidding. But let's say you're just starting out. How many keys do you actually need? Well, in this video, we're gonna find it out. Not by yapping, but by actually trying it hands-on. We will write a basic track starting with the 25 key keyboard. Every time I hit a limitation, I will bring in a bigger keyboard. This way you can see for yourself how many keys you actually need. Now, let's go. But I'll bring you over to my desk so we can produce something on my PC. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Let's start with the 25 key keyboard. 808. Here we go. With some of these MIDI keyboards you also get those pads. And they're already on the correct slot, so I don't have to match anything. I can just use them. What should we use for bass? Let's use Omnisphere. I think this is the first limitation when you kind of want to play a little bit faster than those like small keys. I don't know if you're able to figure. If you have big hands like I do, it's not the easiest, I gotta admit. We are hitting the first limitation and we will bring in the 49 version. Mainly because this has bigger keys. Let's plug this in and let's try the same thing. Let's add some keys. Maybe a Rhodes. Alright, let's add a melody. Da 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 da. Ram bam. Let's add some pads. Okay. I think now we are getting to a point where I would need like one more octave. You can actually do a lot of things with a 49 key keyboard. It just lacks like one more octave. This might be the reason why 61 kind of has become the golden standard. When I studied composition in Zurich, this was the one that I was using. And I actually also was quite happy with it until the keys just wore out. It just became unbearable. So yeah, let's try to record the pad again. Now, we want to add some orchestral libraries. How about the new Epic BBO by VSL? Now, the thing is, with orchestral libraries, you have a lot of so-called key switches, meaning you can switch between articulations. So for example, in the BBO, you have the long articulations, but you also have the staccato articulation and the tremolo. And you could either change using your mouse like this, or you use the so-called key switches. And if you look at your keyboard down here, you can see that they are out of reach. So now we could either bring in our final boss or we just use the octave shift, and now we can switch like this. Now let's look into a piano. For this type of music, it's totally fine. But once I start playing more like piano-focused music, you see what's happening? This is where I come to the limit. Let's bring in 88 keys. Here we go. Okay, now while this is booting up, I quickly want to mention why I'm still owning all of those keyboards. When I go somewhere, for example, to a vacation and I do have my laptop with me, then I would take the 25 key keyboard because it can just fit into your backpack. But when I went somewhere abroad in the past to actually focus on writing music, then I took the 49 key keyboard with me. I love my 2 mini keyboards. But here we go. We have the 88 key keyboard. That being said, you might wonder, what is this thing back there? So firstly, what is this? So this also has 88 keys, but it's not a feather weighted, but it has actual hammers. When I press down the key, I'm lifting a hammer, a weight, and through releasing, the gravitation brings back the key. You have the same feeling that you have with the grand piano, especially with those high-end pianos. They really do sound the best when you use a hammer-weighted keyboard as this. But at least for me, it lost with the practicality. I once built a DIY tray that I could have this keyboard below the table, but then the issue always was that my legs kicked against the keyboard. I could raise my desk like this, but now my hands are way higher than they should be, so it's less ergonomic. And also there's one more reason why hammer weighted isn't always the best choice. It's actually pretty hard programming drums with this one compared to this one, but this obviously is very subjective. If you're a drummer like me, then you would prefer something like this to play your drums. If your main focus is piano playing, you would much rather work with something like this. Sometimes I still use this just as a side keyboard like this. Now to wrap it all up, 25 for traveling, perfect. 49 for very like beginner playing, beautiful. If you're a little bit more advanced, 61. And if you want to have the full control over your piano or orchestral sample playing, 88 key is the way to go. That being said, if you're a beginner, there's also something waiting for you down in the pinned comment. Make sure to check it out. You might want to like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.